Oh, you want to like start all the way over with your wardrobe? Are you sure? Yeah, you sure? Oh, okay, okay, fine. Don't go shopping yet. We need to talk. Hi, I'm Micah Robbie, the fashion major who takes everything that I know and then makes that make sense for you so that you can love the clothes you wear and wear the clothes you love. And today we are talking basics, like literal fundamentals of a good wardrobe. I'm not telling you what's trendy, I'm not even telling you what's considered fashion. I am telling you how to create a wardrobe that will work for you and that you'll love. And per usual, this is applicable for basically every aesthetic under the sun because I'm not telling you what specifically to buy. Like, this is not an edit. This is not me going through a list and telling you what to purchase. This is me telling you what you need to think about while you put your wardrobe together. I hate long intros, so let's just get into it, and you're gonna look phenomenal by the time I'm done with you. So the easiest way to break down wardrobe is with a formula. I know, math, horrible. I promise it makes sense. I'm going to explain all of it to you. Simply put, wardrobe is lifestyle times preferences minus limitations. So let's dig a little bit deeper. The trends don't matter. You do. And that's where we get lifestyle and preferences section. With lifestyle, you need to consider who you are, where you spend your time, and what you do for work. Your lifestyle dictates what you wear, not just your job, but literally everything that you do. For example, a barista who gardens in their free time is going to dress completely differently than a 9-to-5er who goes to the bar after their shift. If you wear a uniform, be it for work or school or whatever, that should not limit your wardrobe. That is just one facet of your life. People are multifaceted. They have multiple things going on. They have multiple different hobbies and passions and things that they do. So that is just literally a part of your closet. It should not limit you. There is so much space left. And if there isn't space, go to IKEA. Go to IKEA Love. You can buy a set of drawers for like $60. It's fine. And your closet will have multiple categories depending on the multiple different things that you do. Occasions matter. Depending on the circumstance, you're going to dress slightly differently, but it's all part of your personal style. For example, when I'm just chilling on campus, I'll do a slightly upgraded athleisure. I am on sweatpants today. Like, you don't have to dress up just hanging around. But if I'm at an event, I'll probably do something a little more smart casual, something a little more business casual, maybe even business formal, though I tend not to dress that stuffy. But if the occasion calls for it, I will. And if I'm in New York, I just go straight to dandyism. I am there to show out. So, again, you have to dress for the occasion, and all of those different occasions that you find yourself in are going to dictate what goes in your wardrobe. Now, you are not going to like everything. That is a given, and that's how we get into preferences. You need to consider how you like your clothes to fit, the colors you like yourself best in, and the fabrics that you like. This comes down to style. If you haven't seen my How to Find Your Style video, then go ahead, click the button, but that'll get you up to speed. You can watch it at the end of this. So, little history lesson real quick. Like 10 years ago, I've mentioned this before, there is a huge obsession with body typing people, like apple, pear, inverted triangle, like those types of things. And then rectangle, like it was craziness. And aside from the Eurocentricness of that and the fatphobic trend that beckoned into the public eye, it completely ignores the fact that some people don't want to dress just to look hourglass. Because that was the point of body typing, is how to make everyone look hourglass. And some people like that their shoulders are broader than their hips. Some people like their belly. Some people like having wider hips than their shoulders. Like, literally whatever. Some people aren't insecure. And you should not be insecure about how your body looks, first and foremost. Second, that's a good thing that you're not insecure. That's not something that should be stifled. The internet and magazines have done such horrible things to society and to members of people in terms of how they view their bodies. Please, let's just move on from that. But those are preferences. Some people want to try to type themselves and dress themselves to look like a different type, but you don't have to. It's a matter of preference. And on top of that, it feels like TikTok rediscovers color theory and finds a new way to bully people about it every year. And for the uninitiated, color theory is in reference to how colors interact both within an outfit and the parts of the outfit in conjunction with the rest of you. And this gives way to like color analysis. Now, some people believe that if you get a color analysis done, meaning you have somebody come in and they assess your physical form and what colors would look best on you, they think that should dictate what your wardrobe should look like. And they would be right if intentional contrast did not exist. Literally, look at Anya Taylor-Joy. Like, objectively, one of the most beautiful white women that has ever lived during this lifetime. People cannot nail down her color analysis because she deliberately dresses against whatever people tell her to. And people keep blaming her stylists about that, which is ridiculous. She is a grown woman and she's not a K-pop idol. So she has some say in how she dresses for these red carpets. She is deliberately dressing in a way that emphasizes how pale her skin is and how platinum her hair is. She is deliberately creating contrast, and that is a valid preference. Because what does that get you? That gets you like an edgy, otherworldly look, rather than just trying to warm up your face and try to look as fertile and breedable and, you know, pandering to the patriarchy, because that's what people try to use color analysis for. Now, fabrics are kind of tricky, and I don't want to tell you what to do. Yes, I do. Natural fabrics are not cheap. I don't know where we got that idea from, but polyester gods have taken over your mind. And anyway, fabric. Different fabrics have different textures, and that's going to affect how your outfit's going to look. Ideally, you would have like a few different fabrics that you like to wear, but the world isn't perfect, and some people, i.e. me, are picky. So picky. There was a point where I didn't wear denim until 6th or 7th grade, I want to say, because I hated how the texture felt on my body. It made me want to claw my skin off. Okay, some of us have sensory issues. Some of us can't just wear whatever. So, it's a matter of preference. And because of those things, I literally can't even wear like spandex or nylon or lycra. Like, I just can't, because the feeling is too much for me. Like, I can't do it. And I know I'm not the only one, so I wanted to acknowledge it. You're valid. But the point of having multiple different fabrics in your wardrobe is that you're able to create contrast, see my styling video. But the different textures that you put on the different fabrics will create a different look for your outfit. And that's why the fabrics are important. So what is a fabric? First and foremost, a fabric is a group of fibers, like a combination sometimes, or it's just one specific type of fiber that have been spun together into yarn and then woven or knitted into like a piece of fabric. And for the record, fibers are like the things that are on like your fabric content label. That's like your cotton or your wool or your lycra or your spandex. Like, there are natural fibers and then there are man-made fibers. One is not inherently better than the other, but natural fibers will biodegrade, meaning if you throw them away, they will break down over time. Like, if you've ever seen like someone have a shirt from like 20 years ago and it's made of cotton and like it's falling apart at the seams, it's because it's biodegrading. Man-made fibers tend not to do that. And that's great if you want your clothing to last long, but if you just like wear it a couple times and throw it away, it's not gonna break down. It's not gonna break down. It's gonna end up like in Ghana in their fabric waste piles, because we sell them our fabric waste. Like, we just dump it there. It's awful. And that kind of leads to my next point of, you need to consider your lifestyle when you're thinking about the fabrics you want to buy. Like, yes, in terms of the life cycle of our clothing and how you interact with that in your daily life, but also how you take care of your clothes, because you do need to take care of your clothes. Like, if you have a tendency to just take stuff out of the washer and throw it in the dryer, you probably should not own wool, because wool will shrink. Wool is meant to be like laid flat to dry to minimize shrinkage. Like, my dad has ruined so many of his sweaters and I end up wearing them because he shrinks them. He will not pay attention, he'll just throw it in. You need to pay attention if you have wool. You have to like take note of it before you put it in the washer. Like, if you work out a lot, you should probably consider wearing cotton, because not only is it easier to wash, like, you're able to dry it properly, right? Like, you can wash it on high heat in order to get rid of bacteria, and then when you dry it, it's not gonna shrink, and it's not gonna like lose elasticity in it, because any elasticity in cotton is because of how it's woven. And by the way, if you have like skinny jeans or any sort of stretch denim and like they don't fit right anymore, they feel kind of like stiff and saggy almost, that's why. It's because you put it in the dryer. They're not supposed to go in the dryer, they're supposed to air dry, and when you put it in the dryer, it'll melt the elastic. and the spandex in it. Like, it ruins it. And unfortunately, there's no fixing it, so you're just gonna have frumpy jeans unless you upcycle them into something else. Might I suggest a skirt? Great option. But now that you understand that first half, let's talk about the other part of that equation. Limitations. Because you might feel like something's holding you back about your wardrobe. When designing your wardrobe, you need to consider local weather, your bank account, and public opinion if you care. A lot of people care. But real quick, let me tell you what's not a limitation. Real quick, before any people decide to get weird in comments. Your body, your faith, your skin color, your hair texture, your eye color, whatever, things that are part of you, not a limitation. Not at all. I don't want to hear it. I don't want anyone to get weird. Those are not limitations. And in regards to limitations, I mentioned before I talked about what's not a limitation, i.e. weather, money, people. Now, having actual limitations does not mean that you cannot have a great wardrobe, because a limitation is simply an opportunity for innovation. You can do some amazing stuff within limitations. For example, there is a huge push for modesty in women's fashion right now. And it's so interesting to see because people are freaking out about it. Like, there are people that are like, you're not being modest enough. And then there are people that are being like, oh, you're being too modest. Like, it's weird. And real quick, modesty in and of itself is not a good or bad thing. Like, it's a personal choice, it's a preference. It's a preference. Modesty is a preference, it's a personal choice, it should be your choice. But literally, in terms of modesty having this push, some people treat modesty as if it's like a horrible thing for women. And again, as long as it's a personal choice, it's not a bad thing. But with that, some of the best outfits I have seen this year were from Ida Fir. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Fitir. I'm so sorry. I'm probably butchering it. This is appreciation, I'm not mocking. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Fitir. Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr. Okay. But yeah, it's so interesting because some of the best outfits I've seen this year in 2025 were from Eid al-Fitr. Like, have you seen the Eid outfits from after Ramadan this year? They were amazing. Go look on TikTok. They're fantastic. And also another note on modesty, again, personal preference, and different people have different like levels of what they consider modest. Like, when I was growing up, leggings were not considered modest. Like, you had to have a big shirt on over your leggings, like a long shirt that's like mini skirt length, like a tunic, to cover your leggings, because the leggings themselves were not modest. Okay? Like, even though your full body is covered, if you wear like a regular t-shirt and leggings, for my childhood, that was not considered modest. Like, every culture and personal thought process is different in terms of modesty, and that's why it's a preference. Real limitations are concrete. You cannot control the weather no matter what the Republicans think that the Democrats can, or the people that get mad at Disney World think they can. You cannot control the weather. You can also not immediately change your socioeconomic situation with like the press of a button or the snap of your fingers. And you also cannot control what people think or say directly to you about how you look, unfortunately. Unless you just like stop interacting with people, and that's not good for you. Humans are a social species. You have to interact with other people. And the thing is, you have to make peace with all of that. Like, your outfits will look different depending on the season. There are plenty of ways to have a wardrobe at a cost-effective level that still looks fantastic. And if people are so focused on what you're wearing, they probably don't have better things to do with their time, and that's really sad. They don't have a lot going on in their life. They're boring. Ew. And especially with people online. Like, honestly, Instagram comments, horrible. I posted an outfit once, and I don't remember what they said because I blocked it out of my mind, but it was so mean. It was so mean. And the thing is, you just have to get really, really comfortable with the block button. She will never let you down. She will always have your back. She is a bestie. We love her. Like, literally, bestie, keep your head up. Keep your head up, please. And that is everything. That is it. That is all. Thank you so much for watching. Stay gorgeous, gorgeous. Bye.